Alright, and everyone, welcome back to more Back to the Future, the game, episode 1. Last time I played this was last year around October. Right now it is July 2, 2024. I really don't... Oh dear, JP Penny. There's a store, or there was a store, I don't know if it still exists now, but in the mall called JC Penney. I don't remember where I left off. What happened to the music though? I mean, I hear the sound, and I mean, I'm not sure, but let's just continue. Oh, right, okay. I think, what is this again? Oh, that's hints. Oh, phone the Brown residence. Oh no, don't go inside there. Oh, story so far, that's what I was looking for. Responding to the summons of Doc's time-tossed DeLorean, Marty McFly travels to Prohibition era Hill Valley to save his mentor from a hail of gangland bullets. After reuniting with Doc and bringing him up to speed about his impending doom, Doc concocts a plan to break him out of jail, befriend Doc's younger self, and persuade him to build a rocket-powered drill. This is the story so far screen. To exit the story so far screen, click exit. Oh, these are like, okay, no. Okay, so this is basically my journal. Something I've noticed with OBS lately, and I don't know what it is, if it's a Windows 11 thing or NVIDIA or NVIDIA GeForce updates, or maybe a combination of both, but lately the game capture is not working, and I have to change it to mostly, display capture. Maybe some games, Windows capture will work. There's still, it seems like mostly the newer ones, although Skyrim still works, and it's not exactly that new, but then again, it's being updated, Anniversary Edition. This game is 2010, and whereas the game capture used to work for it, it does not any longer. Same thing with Daggerfall and Daggerfall Unity and Morrowind. I had to, use display capture for those now. But Skyrim still works, with game capture, and mostly like newer titles work with game capture. Phone the Brown residence. Okay, so I will do that. Or is there a phone in the police station that I could use?
I think I'll just talk to Doc from out here.
Oh, okay. Oh. There we are. I thought there was a phone here. I remember there being a phone. There it is.
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who, may I say, is calling?
The younger version.
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Well, I was gonna say how old is he exactly, but so we went back in time in the films to like 55, and it was still the same actor. It was still Christopher Lloyd, because in the 1985 time period, they just put makeup to make him look old, you know, on his face, and then just took it off in 1955. So here he must just really be a very, very young man, a teenager. You know, it's been a while. That looks like it would be a courthouse, but you know, with these camera angles changing, it's very confusing. Courthouse, yeah. Well, there he is.
Don't touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact.
I like how the mouse pointer is, you know, the flux capacitor.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
Okay, well.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
Oh, what are you doing? I've got something important for you to do. When will you be finished? I heard you're working on a rocket trail. Don't worry, I'm a scientist too.
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science.
Really?
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong.
You have to wait for him to leave.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together. And we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
Mm-hmm. Now it's coming out.
Come on, you can trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for. In more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character!
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Okay. So his father is the judge. Maybe I could find him and speak to him.
I don't need to go in there anymore.
Okay. Text notes.
This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands.
What about...
Doc's notebook doesn't belong to him. Okay, actually, it does belong to him, but not yet. In any event, it's probably a really bad idea to give him a book full of all the things he hasn't invented yet.
The sound sounded weird.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Okay.
Or do we take H to stand for meridian line on it? H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A might be equal to A's expectation value, only if the coefficient of...
If I could only get him to, you know, walk with me to the jail.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Okay.
Psst, Doc.
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
I saw my grandpa. I found your notebook.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My
Shit.
grandfather.
I didn't want to say
Don't
that.
worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's tannin is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
Here.
Well, I met your younger self,
Great.
and I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections, so I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him, but right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
What do I do to convince Team Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure.
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
Expo?
Yes, the Expo! How could I have forgotten? In a few months, younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure. One which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
Let's delve a little bit more about this expo.
What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self is working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know, h to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
Uh-huh.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
Yes. Oh, here's the
Let's
exit.
talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Okay, so I need to get him to walk by the jail. What?
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Damn it. About
Don't
your...
say it.
Hmm.
And naturally, H2A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than...
Hey, how you doing, Einie? I don't need to go in there anymore. Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Damn it. About
Don't
your...
say it.
So those two are my only two choices. And I know I can get a hint, but I would much rather try to figure it out.
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Hmm.
How can I help you, sir?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there. Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr.
Damn.
Corleone.
And these are the only...
Sounds like you're a little
Choices.
scared of your father.
Oops.
Scared of my father. I
Damn it. About
don't
your...
say it. Is that even possible?
Okay. Emmett won't give you the time of day. Perhaps if you two had something in common.
Doc!
Morty, how goes the escape plan?
I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure. Maybe if we solve that problem he's working on, he'll be more inclined to trust you.
Right.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
I'm afraid I'm going to need one more hint. What's Emmett muttering to himself about when he thinks or knows? Oh. Okay, I had a feeling that I just had to follow him, like, from a distance to hear what he's saying, but... So... Okay.
Is that even possible? Now, H stands for one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally version of H has to come out less than expectation value of P, right? I can bring this here. Oh, no. I have to... No. One-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then H has to come out less than expectation value of P, right? I can bring this here. Or do we take H's standard division line up? H equals A multiplied by the inverse of A minus B equals A's expectation value. Only if the coefficient of friction
The inversion of A, you know, I can hear him, but...
Force equals mass times acceleration force. That's Newton. How many newtons are required to increase constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse of speed?
The inverse. I don't know what any of it means, of course. Maybe I heard enough.
Doc! I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only...
I still can't figure
Oh.
out what your
Blast! If only I could hear him...
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
Maybe I have to try to hear him from behind the door? What's this? Oh. Shit. I have to keep him on the screen. Not good enough.
One-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally h to the a multiplied by the inversion of a has to come out less than expectation value of 500. What am I missing here? Or do we take h to have a Hermitian line operator? But h to the a multiplied by the inverse of a minus b equals to a's expectation value, and only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible? Oh, let's start. Force equals mass times acceleration force. That's new. But how many newtons are required to maintain a constant mass if acceleration is reduced by the inverse derivative of the speed relative to the speed of light? Oh, with respect to h.
Hmm.
Psst, Doc. I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc.
Really?
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline.
Maybe I'm able to talk to him. It's not that I was able to make out some of the words. I don't know which way he's coming from. Okay.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it.
Okay, I will need help. Gibberish to Marty, but there's somebody who can make sense of them. Right? But... try recording... Oh! I didn't think about that. It is so obvious. I have that tape recorder. I thought it was... You know, I didn't think about recording him because I thought I needed this to not erase it. Okay. I used
just give
the
me a chance?
journal on... Why
Harassment's
are
a
you...
federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Don't do that.
Emmett, about
Don't
your...
say it. I know. But h to the a. Don't
Here we
think,
are.
Emmett, think. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. Oh.
He doesn't know what that is. I don't think.
Psst, Doc. So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a. H to the a multiplied by the inverse of a.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be fine.
Okay. Please repeat that.
what was H again?
The Hamiltonian operator.
Got it.
Okay.
Hang in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Right. Oh, turn over.
Is that even possible? Well, if H stands for a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally it needs to.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
H equals a Hamiltonian operator.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah.
Great Scott! If H is the Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
I'm from the future. I read a lot of Jules Verne.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket power drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done. I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working
Played by
model in that time
DeForest
frame, but I
Kelly,
haven't got the main ingredient for
original
the
Star
fuel.
Trek.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered the subpoena. Part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
Oh, okay. Well, very good.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
Uh-oh.
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Okay. Can I save this? Yes. Okay. Okay, I think that is good progress for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I want to try to get back into this, you know, maybe try to record at least, well, not really record, but I want to, well, record, but try to have like at least an episode or two available, you know, every month, you know, release every month. I will try at least one or two, if not sooner, I guess, or if not more. Okay, so I'm glad to be continuing with Back to the Future, the game. It's just too bad that it's, you know, it's not really easy to find now, let me just say, because they discontinued it on Steam, and I don't know if it was ever available on GOG, but okay.